Howell McClure was born in 1925 in the western Maine town of Kingfield. Growing up in the shadows of the Carabasset Valley Mountains, he and his friends were part of the Bigelow Boys, who were the first to set foot on what today is known as Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf was there, but no skiing. We were the ones that started it. We'd walk all the way in there and cut a little trail, and then we'd go the next weekend and do it again, and that's how it got started. We'd go up there and we'd make maybe 1 or 2 runs, because we'd have to walk all the way up, and then we'd ski down a ways and stop, and then ski some more.
In the fall of his senior year at Kingfield High School, McClure was drafted to go into the Navy. He spent 2.5 years stationed in the South Pacific. Of all the things he learned while in the service, eating habits was one that stuck with him throughout his life.
I used to be a very picky eater when I went into the Navy. I remember once in the Pacific, there was bugs that got into the flour, but they didn't stop making the bread. They kept on making the bread, and I picked out, I think it was 25 bugs out of 1 slice of bread, because I really liked that bread. And after I come out of the Navy, I could eat anything. I wasn't a picky eater anymore.
Once out of the Navy, McClure went to Watchmaker school and opened a watch shop, worked in a machine shop in Massachusetts, moved back to Kingfield to manage a wood-turning mill, and then in 1970 opened up a tree nursery, which is still in business today.
This is my hobby. This is why I'm here. This is what I enjoy doing. If I wasn't doing this, why, maybe I wouldn't even want to be around.
This keeps you going.
That's right. This is what does it.
The love of Howell's life, Wilma, passed away last April. The two met when he tagged along with a friend who was visiting her in the hospital. They had a few dates, and then a few weeks went by without any contact at all, so he had given up.
And lo and behold, I got a telephone call from her, and that's how things got started. And we was married soon after, and it was 65 years. It didn't seem very long, but they were wonderful years. Alexa, what is the weather?
The house that they raised their 5 children in came without any electricity or plumbing, so McClure put it all in himself. He's also been preparing for the end of his own life by building his final resting place.
We built a coffin, and I got in it to have my last picture taken, and took my picture, and it is somewhere around here.
Was that weird?
I didn't think it was, but some people did.
During McClure's 9+ decades of life, the time that stands out as his favorite is, ironically, the Great Depression of the 1930s, when Howell says things were simple.
And my mother, she made our clothes with an old foot treadle Singer sewing machine, and in the summertime we'd take our shoes off and go barefoot all summer. I didn't know times were tough. It was a very nice time of life. It's all been great, but those I remember fondly.